Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Brad's Bourbon Reviews, the podcast. I am your host, Brad, and today you hear that cork pop. That was very aggressive. That cork pop is my good buddy sitting over here right across from me, the man, the myth, the legend, the BSK himself, Tubby Timmy 66.
The BSK all fucking day. BSK, Tubby Timmy 66.
That needs to be on your logo, the BSK all effing day.
I'm working on that.
I'm gonna fix your logo. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. Chilling.
We're trying to pretend like it's not. We're pretending like it's a different day. I haven't seen
right.
it. What's going on? This definitely wasn't recorded back to back with the other ones.
I know that weather. Fuck.
Well, you know that thing that happened in the news the other day? Wow, what a fucking weird day.
Right. Yeah.
What a strange thing to happen. Who would have ever seen that coming? Not us.
God,
it's definitely not September 10th. All right, we got some stuff to talk about today. We don't know what we're going to be talking about yet. That's part of the fun.
We're flying by the seat of our pants, and that's why I kind of like this.
It's good times.
Start with a simple pour, Jim Beam double oaked.
Is that what this is?
Yeah. It's 86.
Smells good.
It's 86 proof. You know, I mean, it is Jim Beam.
It's low.
It's low. Oh, straight to the face.
That drink's way hotter than 86.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good intro to double oaked stuff if you don't want to spend stupid money.
I think spend the money. Honestly. How much is this?
Well, it depends where you go. This bottle I was lucky enough to get for $12. I've seen it upwards of $25.
$12, dude.
I found it because at the time I hadn't tried the 1910. I haven't tried the Woodford.
Have you had 1910 yet?
I've had 1910. Okay. Oh yeah. I think this is a good introduction to double oaked stuff if you don't want to drop $60. But
I would just encourage you to drop the $60. I mean, is it bad?
It's not bad, but it's not great.
I don't think this is a good reflection of double oak.
No. I haven't tried the Woodford stuff. I personally don't care much for Woodford.
I don't own a single bottle of Woodford.
The 1910 stuff, though, the Old Forester is...
Woodford double oak's better to me than 1910.
I can't make an assumption. I haven't tried Woodford, but the 1910 is damn good.
I'm going to have to do a review of it this week because now...
The 20 is...
number 2 all the time. Well, I got to readjust after this Wild Turkey 12 year.
Yeah, I mean,
that's in my top
that'll
10
fuck your ass up for life.
This one's a game changer. Oh, man. We got a lot to talk about today. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I know what we can talk about since you brought up 1910 and 1920. Let's talk about that Old Forester 1924 that's just like looming over my head in the background. Let's talk about it.
I will sell a ball to get one of those bottles.
How much for real would you pay for that? And do you think... So I have two... So we'll answer that question in a second. Do you think this is going to be an allocated product?
Do I personally think it'll be allocated? Yes and no. And I know that's a complicated answer. Yes, because I think the hype around it is going to make them say, okay, let's keep the reins on it. No, because I really do think Old Forester puts so much out there. And I say that I can walk into my local big box and there must be 5 or 6 cases of each of the Whiskey Row on the shelf. And it's been that way for 5 years. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for that store to hit the clearance button on those bottles, and I'll be buying 2 of each. So for that instance, I don't think it'll be allocated, but it could be.
See, they said it's part of the Whiskey Row series, and so I don't know if that means it's like actually going to be like shelf stable.
I think that's going to be one of those ones that every store will get a little trickle here and there.
That's going to suck. I go back and forth on it too because I'm like, it's Whiskey Row. They have to have it readily available. Like even the stuff that was like the limited edition, like the Statesman thing is still on shelves.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere. So if they can prepare those for that, and hopefully they could be able to do it. But the only problem is you're going to have is it's part of their 100th celebration.
Yeah, something 100 years post-prohibition or something like that.
Yeah, post-prohibition. So like that could be a problem because that could just drive a crap ton of hype. And people who don't even know what they have, like what it is, would just buy it out of like sheer hype, seeing people talk about it. That could be a problem.
Oh yeah, you're going to get those people that are going to think they're going to walk into a store and buy 2 or 3 of them. Now let's hope that some of the other stores are going to say, "Hey, a limit of 1." But you're going to get those people that'll store hop.
I don't want to drink that.
No, that's fine.
I'm not a fan.
I mean, it's not everybody's thing. That's not really my thing.
I like double oak too. I like double oak a lot.
I'll mix it. It's for depending if you can find it at a decent price. It's not bad. I would probably rather drink regular Jim Beam.
I don't know if I'd even want to do that. I think I'll just stick to
You weren't a fan of that
one.
repeal, were you?
Oh, Christ, no.
I got to try that one because I've been wanting to try that.
You know what?
I bought that bottle for a while, so we may have to take a break, pause for the cause, and grab a couple bottles.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to describe why you... What was the other thing you said you wanted to try that you hadn't tried?
The repeal.
And the other thing. We were talking about something before. Maybe it was the last show?
Repeal, Saffel.
Saffel, that's what it was.
There was something else. I can't remember.
I'll grab the repeal and the Saffel.
Yeah, I've eyeballed that repeal batch a few times, and it's like, it looks interesting.
And that's why I grabbed it. And it's not. I want to know what you would pay for 1924.
Well, we're going to have to look at first what its actual MSRP is.
Let's assume
it's $60.
It's 65 because it's a special release.
I would probably pay $65 to try it at MSRP. If you got one and you're like, dude, this is amazing, that goes up. That goes way up.
What's the top dollar amount you pay for it? Talk to the mic.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know what I would top dollar pay for it, honestly.
Keep going. I trust you.
You trust me. You might not want to trust me. I will preface this by saying he's got some of the most amazing fucking whiskey I've ever tried in my fucking life. It's just unreal. Whiskey I never thought I would get a chance to try, and it's bomb. We don't always see eye to eye on stuff, but that's what you want. Every other tag team duo out there don't see eye to eye. I can't assume what I would pay over MSRP unless I've tried it or someone I trust's opinion has tried it, you know? That's a tough call. I can tell you...
Who are some of the reviewers you do trust? It sounds like you had it out with my boy Cinnabourbon the other day.
I did, and
Which
I
is
think
uncalled for. He's a
I
good
think
man.
we're cool, and I commented on some of his stuff. His stuff's actually pretty cool looking
His
back.
videos are incredible.
He's awesome. He did those are dirty. He did a video of some Scotch samples someone sent him, and my comment was, dude, those sample bottles are badass, because one of them was like a cool green and the other one was a frosted. I'm sitting here like, dude, just send me the bottle empty. That's a cool bottle, you know. Back to our best looking bottle thing.
Those samples. That was the last episode. We don't talk about that.
These
That episode didn't
little
exist.
clear sample bottles. These are cool, but man, you get a nice frosted one. Someone cares about you
Wait,
sending
Jim
you
Beam
that.
is Heaven Hill. No, Jim Beam's its own thing. I get Jim Beam and Evan Williams confused in my head sometimes.
Jim Beam and Heaven Hill.
I'm not even going to pour myself a sample of that.
Really?
No.
It tastes just like that. It smells just like that double oaked.
So the difference is it's a little higher proof and non-chill filtered. It's 86 proof.
That's 86.
Oh, so maybe it's not any higher. No, wait. Regular Jim Beam is 80 proof, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's 6 points proof, 6 proof points higher and non-chill filtered.
Now I think I know you're not a big Jim Beam guy, man, but that single barrel hits
It's
different.
good. No, that's a good bottle. I like that.
That was good stuff.
I like it a lot.
And I debated one of those the other day highly.
It's a good one.
That smells just like that double oaked.
It tastes like cat piss.
Yeah, that's oh,
Told you.
that's nice up front, but
It's not worth $13. I mixed it with Coke and it got worse.
no.
It smells like banana, but it tastes like it tastes worse.
It smells decent, and at first taste, when it hits the tip of your tongue, it's good, but that finish is just horrible, man. And I am the BSK, the bottom shelf king.
This should be right up your fucking wheelhouse. Non-chill filtered $13 bottle.
No, thank you.
All right, let's drink something that isn't complete shit. Please clean your palate because you're going to want to appreciate this. I can't pour a lot of this just because this is like,
By all means, dude.
you know what I'm saying? It's one of those. This is WB Saffel Batch 2. $50 for a $3.75. I didn't pour you nearly.
And it's a wild turkey product.
Wild turkey.
NAS.
Well, so technically, it's released by Campari to revitalize these old brands from Prohibition.
Yeah.
So it's
I do
wild.
love the label's
Label's
badass.
great. It's like harkens back to an old time. It is really, really good. It is not Wild Turkey distillate in the sense that like the Russells picked it under their supervision. I mean,
They didn't distill it at Wild Turkey.
they did. It's Wild Turkey distillate in barrels that were specifically put aside by Campari, from what I have understood. They didn't have any input, as I'm saying. They were like, do this and then give us the distillate. So it is from Wild Turkey, but it isn't like
this is kind of based on. This is kind of how
like
the Weller
Bourbon
family or the Van Winkle family gets pick of the litter. Kind of. They get pick of the litter of Wild Turkey liquid.
kind of. It's more along the lines of the like Bowman is Buffalo Trace, but Buffalo Trace doesn't have anything to do with it after they get it.
Right. Oh, okay.
Kinda like
I get
that.
what you're saying.
Get a fucking nose of that.
Back to what we said. Best looking bottles.
Great bottle.
That's a cool looking fucking bottle, dude. Plus, excuse me, nice and heavy. That'd be a good. When you do finish this, keep that bottle. That'd be a good cocktail glass.
This is one of the ones I'll keep.
Because I love that. Nice, heavy, thick base. I am all about that base.
Me too.
Just a tiny bit of trouble. Up top.
Color's gorgeous. Batch 2. Oh, I'm sorry. This is batch 1, not batch 2.
What's 107? Okay.
Right in my. That's
little-
that's where I like to start.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's so good.
That smells
That's
hot.
so good.
That's off first. That smells hot.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh, yeah. It's mellowing now. I'm not going to dwell on it forever. I'm just going to go straight to the face.
It's like
That's Wild Turkey.
you said that about Blanton's too, though.
No,
to be
that's Wild Turkey. But
Surprise,
yeah,
surprise! That's Blanton's. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be hilarious if I did it twice in a row.
You definitely get kicked in the balls. That's pretty damn good, man. Not the best I've ever had, obviously, but definitely
I think the Wild Turkey 12 year is better, but we don't know. There's not an age statement on this.
exactly.
So if this is like 5 or 6 year Wild Turkey,
That is,
distillate-
I mean, in the bottle though, comparably, look at the color on that compared to 101. I mean, that is mud compared to 101.
oh wow, there's a bottle. You can see the bottles. This is bottle 1843. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's 107. All right,
It's good.
that is good.
I love it so much. Oh my god, that's so good.
That finish is really heavy. I like that. That nice heavy finish.
But it's sweet. It lingers sweet on your
Yeah.
lips. Like you keep going. Like
It sits way back here in your wisdom teeth area for a minute.
I love it so much.
Oh, and that smell lingers
It's
in the
insane.
glass too.
It's so gorgeous, dude. It's delicious. It's
Yeah.
delicious. That's one of my favorite bottles I've gotten of the year.
At 50 for that, that's probably a pretty good buy.
Yeah.
That's a tough sell based on the size it is, but that is damn good.
Quantity
That is
versus
good.
quality. It's good example. I mean,
That is damn
the
good.
flavor you get out of that is better than you get out of this. It's
Oh
different.
yeah, it's different but the same. There's a lot more flavor than Wild Turkey 101, but there's I don't know, maybe just to me there's a little less flavor than the 12. The
Yeah,
12
I still think
is
the 12's
deep.
better.
The
Yeah,
12's really
Well,
deep.
It's older. You're gonna get more of those oaky,
Yeah.
aged flavors. It's different. But yeah, I'm glad you had to try that. It's really
That's
good.
wow. That is really good. Man.
It's really good.
Probably that's strange too, because like I can sit here and look at your collection, and at the first of everything I've tried, which is about everything now at this point,
I think you actually have had everything.
probably your pick, the double oaked one,
The
fantastic.
double oak one wasn't my pick.
It wasn't okay.
No.
I thought it was
The double oak was just the best of. So he gave me 3 of their double oaks to buy a bottle of because he had like not a lot of them.
Oh, okay, that's right. Right.
And so that was one I picked out of that. My 2 picks were the Father's Day pick and then the Founder's Reserve pick.
Right. That one, that double oaked one
Double
though,
oak's
was
incredible.
amazing. that Bomberger's was, and I'm not a huge Michter's fan.
Oh,
that was
now. After trying that barrel proof. Oh,
that was good.
Oh,
you did try that 10-year BP, didn't you?
Got that in the barrel proof rye.
In the rye, nice. And
that rye is my favorite rye I've ever had.
And probably that Kentucky tea was pretty good. And then I'd have to say that the Jack 10. I wasn't a big fan of the 12. It
12
just
is off profile for Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
it's
just
I
heavy
like it.
charcoal. Good.
I really, really like it, but I like just the aged Jack Daniel taste because I like Jack. I mean, I'm one of those guys that like every once in a while, I'm like, dude, let's get some old number 7 and a fucking
Jack 10
and let's fucking go.
If Jack 10 was more widely available, I'd drink that shit religiously.
Me too.
That shit is phenomenal.
I'm nursing the fuck out of that bottle because I like it more. Like I'll drink the 12 before I drink the 10. Just because I don't want the 12.
You don't want it to go anywhere.
But it is the first batch of the 12 year, so I got the first batch. That's
I kicked myself in the ass, dude. I had 2 bottles of Knob Creek 15, batch 1, and that shit was so good, I hammered through them without even realizing it. I kicked myself in the ass, and I don't at least have a little sample of that shit
That's
left.
a bummer. I actually do really think it's cool you keep a sample of those, like those highly allocated bottles that you get.
I do that right off the top of pretty much any
That's
bottle,
smart.
anything, because it's the rainy day fund, and
Yeah,
eventually you'll be
happens.
digging
God
somewhere,
forbid you drop the bottle or some shit,
right? Or you'll be digging somewhere, or like, oh, what do I got put away? I know I got a little stash somewhere. Like, ooh, I found this, or ooh, I found that. You know.
I'm actually might steal that idea because I think it's a really cool idea.
And I do it fresh crack right off the top of the bottle.
Smart.
You know, sometimes I'll wait till like here this turkey, and again we've gotten into it. It's about a quarter in. I'll wait till I get about halfway in, and then I'll take an ounce to throw in the infinity bottle.
Smart.
But it
Your
depends
infinity
where I
bottle
keep them.
was one of the worst things I've ever tasted.
I know the Omen. The Omen wasn't meant to taste good. There was a backstory with it.
You succeeded.
I know.
Because that was terrible.
Well,
and I love you, but it was terrible.
My next
You
one
are not
has
a reflection of your
My
bourbon.
next one has promise. I hope.
Let's hope, because that one did not.
I started it off.
I dropped
well.
my infinity bottle.
Oh.
I had a backup one, though, so it's okay. It's a Stormtrooper face, Stormtrooper helmet.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It's out there. All right, what topics do you want to bring up to discuss today on the show? Because we got some things to talk about. Whatever you want to do, we'll pick 2 of them. And maybe we'll tell some stories in between if something pops off. Welcome to the Brad's Bourbon Reviews, the podcast.
That's a long form there. I'm not going to go there. Okay. Most over and underrated bottles.
All right, let's start with overrated and then go to underrated.
Sounds fair.
Do you have one in mind? You can't say Blanton's now because you liked it.
I can't, but I can, but I can't. So
Can't.
I'm handcuffed.
I will go episode 1.
Fuck episode 1. Episode 1 was a test.
Phantom Menace.
The Phantom Man ass. Overrated. I've had it a few times. Yours might be different. I've had it a few times. Redwood Pipe Dream was a little, I don't know, it just didn't, for me personally, it didn't live up to my expectations. So I'd have to say that's a little overrated.
Do you think that's like a hyped thing? I don't think Pipe Dream's overrated. Like,
I don't know. I mean, again, just based on my experience, I didn't have a good experience with it. It didn't hit. But then again, I got sent a sample of Emerald Giant Cask Strength, and
why didn't you bring that with you, you son of a bitch? I've been trying to get those.
That was gone.
I've been trying to get those. Overrated for me.
That's not the most overrated by any means for me. That's just one of them that I can think.
Give me your number 1.
Blanton's, period.
But you like it.
Yes, I liked your bottle. Now, how long has that bottle been sitting unopened?
It hasn't been unopened. I opened it today.
But how long before today had it been sitting unopened?
9 months, 10 months.
Okay,
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. In the heat,
it doesn't.
It
doesn't age in the bottle.
I know it doesn't age in the bottle,
Doesn't
but it still
age, so
changes.
Not if it's sealed. It hasn't been sitting around. You were trying every fucking excuse to not just admit.
I'm not
that you
trying
liked
to excuse. I'm being honest.
That's not an excuse. That is not.
Bland's
an
in
excuse.
is the most overhyped, obviously.
Overhyped and overrated are 2 different things. Overrated means the bottle is not as good as people say it is for how hard it is to get. And I don't think Blanton's applies because I think Blanton's is a fucking good bourbon.
It's decent.
I would say overrated.
I hear the Jeopardy theme in my head for some reason.
I'm trying to think of.
That's a tough thought right there, man. Overrated is subjective to everyone's perception. I mean, I think Blanton's is a little overrated. Yes, the one you had me try was phenomenal. And I'm going to be straight with you. Pour fucking another one because that was good shit.
It was good. I think I'm going to have to say. People are going to hate me for this. But I stand by this. I think this is right now the most overrated bottle.
We're at the hill getting ready to cross over in war, so here we go.
And this hurts me to say. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. Everyone is like sucking it off as the greatest rye.
Do you have
time.
one?
I have a sample that
That's right.
Bourbon sent me. Is it
Shout out to Sinner
Bourbon.
Bourbon. He's funny as hell. I like his shit. I like his hair. For some reason, I watch him for his hair. I want to see what position it's in.
He looks like Black Sideshow Bob.
Nothing but love for Sinner Bourbon. That's hilarious.
He knows I love him.
You know he's going to end up doing that and just shouting you out.
He's going to be on the show here soon.
Oh, God.
But I would probably say that, and only because like everyone is like, it's the greatest rye. It's not. At least, I mean, they're single barrels, right? So, like, but I mean,
single barrels are subjective.
I have but like, I think everything is subjective.
Yeah.
Like, everything, like, I hate when people go, you can never buy that bottle again. Well, you could never buy this bottle of Wild Turkey 101 again. It's gone.
I'd
like,
be pissed.
It might be close, but it's not going to
kill me.
It's not going to be exactly the same. They're all has a variant. You're talking about like something that's like cooking essentially.
That was something different. That was something I said to Sinner Bourbon on one of his posts. Like, man, I really wish Wild Turkey would do a Wild Turkey 101 single barrel.
I didn't say. Didn't she bring me a Coke earlier?
You drank that, dude. I think I might have finished a little bit of it off.
Okay.
And he goes, "Oh, well, you mean like Russell's? Well, okay, yeah, but I'd rather look. Russell's is good.
Russell's is better than this.
I'd rather sit there and say this is Wild Turkey 101 single barrel.
I think it's the same thing. It's bottled at the same proof. 10 years old.
Wouldn't surprise me. What's one proof?
Yeah. Well, Blanton's has a very different, like a slight difference between proof points in those, and that's a big difference between Blanton's and Blanton's Gold.
Oh, that Blanton's Gold's like wiping your ass with silk.
It's insane.
Flat out. That's amazing stuff.
It's insane.
That's one of, that's good stuff.
And then I think...
But you're saying that Jack Daniel's barrel-proof rye...
It's overrated. There's difference between bad
and that's what's so crazy is that bonded rye is so
I like
good.
the bonded rye way better than
that
the
shit
single
is
barrel proof.
phenomenal.
It's one of the best bottles of the year.
But isn't it weird how now...
And raise your hand if you had the first video online of reviewing it.
Oh, you did. Isn't it weird now how Jack Daniel's sort of lagged behind?
Jack Daniel's was going... let me show you what the
But now
fuck
they've
I'm
come back
about.
up with your barrel proof and your Coy Hill.
What I'm talking about. They were like, oh yeah, put their dick right on the table. Yeah, we're Jack Daniels, motherfucker. We know what we're doing.
We're the top dog.
We might know some shit about making good whiskey, We might know a thing or two about making some solid whiskeys. What the fuck is that? Jack Daniels is in contention for like best distillery on the
Jack
planet.
Daniels in the past 2 years has had some of the most...
5, 6.
Well, from what I've seen, like with your Coy Hill
had-
and shit, they've had the bottles that people want the most because they've never done it.
They had a thing called like the Master Distillers Collection, and it was like they released separate individual bottles that were like replicating their Master Distillers.
Right.
I got one. This is way before I was into bourbon. I wish I'd have kept it for. I may have the bottle up there somewhere. Might be here somewhere. But I wish I'd have kept it because that was such a cool idea. Like to replicate the Master Distillers throughout the history, like replicate their mash bill and what their product was. Really cool idea. I love Jack Daniels. I'm a like I said in my video today. I'm a Jack Daniels and a Buffalo Trace whore, and it's just what it is. I think I said fanboy because I was trying to be like nicer on
Mark, whatever. I got nothing bad to say about Jack Daniels. The old number 7 is what it is.
It's a good whiskey.
It's good. Gentleman is okay if you want to step up. Gentleman is good.
Back in the day, that was my fancy bottle.
Oh yeah,
I love me some Gentleman Jack. There's a YouTube channel. I won't say who it is. But they said one time, and this is when they lost all credibility with me.
I think you're going to have to name the name now because we all want to know.
Nope, I refuse because I don't dislike the people. I think they're just bad on this opinion.
I'm the same way. I'm not going to smear somebody unless they fucking deserve it.
Yeah, they don't deserve it for this. But they said that Jack Daniels smelled and tasted like wet cardboard. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I haven't had it in like 5 years, to be fair. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to, you know what? This week I'm going to review Gentleman Jack.
Straight gentleman or number 7? Gentleman?
Gentleman.
Because you can get gentlemen in little tiny bottles.
I'm not,
shit.
Who the fuck
I'm just saying to get one to review, you know.
Who are you talking to?
Right.
Who are you talking to? You think I'm going to get a sample bottle of it? No, I get samples of things I can't get.
Right. But they're single barrels. They're single barrels. Just came out of nowhere.
You know what? I've never bought a single barrel. I've never bought one of the single barrels.
The standard single barrel?
I've never bought one of the standard single barrel. You know why? I'm waiting to hold out for it. I'm looking for date-specific ones. That's the only reason. Looking for
Speaking of single
314 and
barrels,
816.
Is it just me? It might just be me. A single barrel bottle, and I'm holding a bottle of Wild Turkey 101 for those who can't obviously know what I'm looking at. For me, a single barrel, your Jack Daniels, your Evan Williams. I want to see those stats on the bottle.
Agreed.
And I'm going to smear this bottle to you, but your Weller single barrel.
Agreed. It should have it on.
If there's no stats on that bottle,
I think every bottle.
I don't
stats.
buy it as a single barrel product.
I think EHL doesn't do it either on their single barrel.
I think that becomes sort of a gimmick for people, and that's a problem.
But they do have to follow certain rules, so it is actually like a single barrel, or they wouldn't be able to qualify that. And they have like inspections.
Maybe it's just a sales gimmick where it's like, okay, well, let's give them. Oh, this was this date, and people can hunt specific dates.
I think it's just more difficult to do that because you have to then kind of stop production to make sure specific labels for specific.
Yeah.
I think it's just a pain in the ass. I think that's why a lot of people don't do it. I'm with you though; it should be on there. That's why I love that Russell's Reserve one because it's like
that one's good.
It was distilled on this date, barreled on this date, bottled on this date. Here's what it is. Here's the mash bill. Here's the company that does it the best out of any company, Bardstown. Bardstown on the side of their Origin series. I don't know if it's on all of them, but I know for a fact it's on the Origin series.
The black and the white one.
13% this, 12% this, and not mash bill. We're talking about the actual blend of it, and they tell you where it came from.
Yeah,
they do it the best, and I'm not even a big Bardstown fan.
It's kind of funny you brought those.
Those bottles are fucking phenomenal.
It's kind of funny you brought those up, man. I had a chance to get one of those white label ones for $25 the other day, and I passed it up.
Why the fuck didn't you tell me?
And I kicked myself. I kicked myself in the ass thinking I should have bought it.
Why did I not get a text?
I know. I'm an asshole.
What are you doing?
I know. I'm an asshole.
That's like a $50 bottle.
I know.
I sound like Seinfeld. That's like a $50 bottle.
$25 or $6.99.
Where?
My local ABC.
Why was it so cheap?
No idea. It was just sitting there. I'm like, Bardstown.
My ABC doesn't even sell them.
Mine had them. Same as, what was it, a couple weeks ago, the Thomas More one I sent you, where it was on clearance for like half price. So I asked you about it. You didn't know nothing. I went to YouTube and saw a couple things. I'm like, I think I'm going to pass on that.
Dude, always try it. You never know. Not only do you never know, it just expands your palate.
Yeah.
Because it could be something, here's why I have no issue trying anything anyone gives me. If it sucks, cool. Now I know why I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way unless I know I've tried it and I don't really care for it. No, I'm good. I will. You know what? I'm gonna after trying that fucking small batch you had that I gave you, which is fucking annoying. Right?
It's like I gave it to you, so it's like, that A concerns me for the other ones I have. Because I have 5 out there right now. Flex. Flexing hard. Flexing hard. These motherfuckers. No. I've just been lucky. And Kentucky helps. Getting them at Buffalo Trace helps.
Getting them in North Carolina helps, too.
Did I get one in North Carolina?
You got those Evan Williams in NC, didn't you?
The Evan Williams, yeah. Not the E.H. Taylor, though.
And see, that concerns me because I've been looking at that bottle hard. And, again, to me, that's a BSK favorite. That was my introduction to, quote, fancy.
Yours is the same bottle as mine. It shouldn't be any
That's
different.
my introduction. That was my introduction to.
I think your bottle's even the next number after mine.
Right. To fancy top shelf whiskey. And It's like, is it going to be what I remember? Is it going to be
tried
that
it here.
good? I didn't try yours.
You didn't?
No, I didn't try yours. And I'm saving mine because I'm like, man, that's one of those, like you with Jack Daniels, that's just so nostalgic to me. I really don't want to open it, but I know I'm going to because I got to have that, man. That is so good.
Well, if you want to go out there and grab it.
And when I first tried that, slammed it with Coke.
God, you are so fucking stupid.
I will be that asshole
You're
to
so
try
stupid.
William LaRue Weller straight.
I'll tell you
and with
this
Coke.
right now.
Even if
you're not
like,
trying mine with a fucking
even
drop.
if it's like you did it with the Stag,
Nope.
just a splash.
I have 3
will.
bottles of Stag. That's why I did that.
I might need another sample of that. Do you have all the? Are
Nope.
they all 22B?
It's all the same batch, yeah.
I've been seeing stuff online that 22A is supposed to be blowing people's minds.
Everyone said. I feel like people say that just so they can feel like the one they have is special.
Right. But isn't this
They're all
batch? Aren't these 2 batches supposed to be the stuff that wasn't good enough to be GTS
the rumor.
a year or so ago?
That's the rumor. That's the rumor.
I mean, I had GTS 2019, and that was really good. Really good.
I have heard nothing but good things about GTS. I've never had one.
I mean,
comment.
GTS is one of those ones I'd probably pay double for. I'd probably pay if I had $300 in my pocket and it was available, it's mine. Period.
I think anyone would do that.
Well, not everyone.
You're out of your mind. Everyone, I don't know a single bourbon drinker that would jump at the because it's so fucking hard to find at a reasonable price.
$500 in your pocket.
100%.
$500 in your pocket. GTS or WLW.
It would depend on. It would probably. So my tastes.
Think about that while I pause for the cause.
Go for it. I think my take would be it would depend on the year, and it would depend on if my wedding ring gets made out of the William LaRue Weller that I'm planning on it to get made out of. It's a true story. Or if it's not, then I'm going to go Stag because I just love the Stag batch so much that like it would be really hard not to try like what's regarded as like an even better version of that Stag. So it would probably be Stag. But I mean, honestly, dude, it's a toss up. But I think I'd probably lean towards Stag, unless like I said, the wedding ring thing.
Yeah.
Because if it's that, because I own a Weller barrel and I own a stave from a Weller barrel, and that was originally the plan was that my wedding ring was going to be made out of that Weller barrel. Now I can't find anyone to fucking do it. That's not like $1,400, and I'm the guy. I'm not spending that much money on my fucking wedding ring. So,
Right.
so I found a company that has like stock of like William. That's why I'm on the old Rip 10 kick because I think that's the way I'm going to go with my
Right.
wedding band. It's going to be that.
I look at more like, again, in that scenario.
I would imagine if and this is just speculation because I've never tried them. I would imagine with what I like in a bourbon, I would prefer the George C. Stagg over the Weller.
You WLW sometimes I've seen them, you see them online, they come in 110, 115, 125.
Yeah, but Stagg is like 140.
But Weller is weeded. And for me, I like that because I like
weeded stuff,
makers,
too.
I like that
Well,
sweeter.
you know how much I love that
Oh,
Larceny.
yeah.
That Larceny A123 is one of the best bottles of the year.
Dude, my brother got a hold of one of those bottles, and I am so fucking jealous.
It's good, man. It's
That's
really, really good.
And the reason he got that bottle is because you turned him on to it at All In, and he's like, yeah, I got one of those Larceny coming. I'm like, wait,
good,
what one?
man.
He shows me the pictures, and it's A1.
Baloney Nips himself?
Mr. Baloney Nips himself. Shout out, brother. I love you.
Shout
And
out to you.
that was, yeah. Dude, that shit was so fucking good, bro. I got to get one.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You can always
For a Heaven Hill product?
You can always tell when someone's bullshitting you when they're like, "Oh, this is really good," and he was like,
He's the perfect
"Hang on
one.
a second."
I mean, when we get together and hang out, I'll take whatever the fuck I have, and he'll drink it with me and don't give a shit. He likes everything. But you give him something, quote, high end, and he's going to tell you the truth. Like
Well,
he
I mean,
sat
you
there
should.
and said last weekend, dude, I don't know if I can drink Eagle Rare anymore. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, I tried a little bit the other night. I just tried a little sip, and it just tasted funky. I'm like, well, same with me. The palates change over time.
Yeah, dude. There's food I like now that I didn't like as a kid. Like mashed potatoes is one of those things.
Yeah.
I hated them.
Everything.
It changes, man. You never know. You never know what. Right. So back to the overrated. What?
I think we've touched on overrated. Let's touch on underrated. That's a really.
I got a few.
So do I. I think that's a top 3 scenario there.
I gotta go Rebel 100.
Yes.
I drink so much of that shit in this house.
Yes.
We finished more bottles of Rebel 100 than I think I have of anything else.
Oh, you probably killed one the other night, didn't you?
We did, yeah. We crushed it.
And you had it in that Chick-fil-A ice, didn't you?
I did, yes. It was the best.
Oh, God.
Underrated. If I could get Chick-fil-A ice with McDonald's Coke and Rebel 100, that's like a perfect evening.
Go to Wawa.
It's not the same.
Get vanilla Coke, dude.
I love vanilla Coke. Vanilla Coke's my favorite Coke. But it just doesn't mix as well with the Rebel 100.
True.
It makes it too sweet.
True.
Vanilla Coke is my all-time favorite Coke.
I think with vanilla Coke, and I found it because I had one a little bit ago with Wild Turkey.
It's too sweet.
It balances because turkey's got that little bite on it.
You have any more of the vanilla Coke?
No.
God damn it.
I know.
I've never mixed with vanilla Coke really, other than like Jack.
Underrated. I'm going to say this one is underrated just because I am a mark for it, but I think it does. Makers. It gets a lot of hate.
It doesn't.
It
deserves it, to be honest with you.
Not standard Maker's Mark.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
The 101, if that was their standard, I'd be all over that every day.
Maker's Mark 101 is delicious.
Maker's 101 is phenomenal.
Maker's 80 proof is trash.
It's 90.
Is it 90?
It's 90.
Okay, trash.
The 46 is good.
Trash.
Fuck you. I just think Maker's gets a lot of hate because they haven't. I think they're sort of like Jack Daniels. They're late to the party.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're going to release Cellar Age, and now we're going to do the Wood Finish series.
I had a buddy of
like
mine
that,
reach out to me and tell me that the Cellar Aged is one of, if not the best bourbon he's ever had.
I've seen 3 to 4 reviewers
and this guy
say the same thing.
This guy isn't. I had one that pissed me off when he said it. This guy isn't like an amateur. I call him my bourbon Yoda. His name is Robert. He's amazing. He has everything.
Are you talking the judge?
Bourbon Judge? No.
Okay.
No,
Wait.
I don't know him personally.
Okay.
I've talked to him a little bit, but I don't know him personally.
I like that. I like him because he just, I don't know, he seems real.
No, I love that guy.
Yeah, he seems real.
I just don't know him.
Yeah.
Verdict is in. You suck. Not true.
And he always gives you that asterisk. You got to have the asterisk.
I'm kidding. I love that guy.
I love the Bourbon Judge,
watch
dude.
all his videos.
I subscribe to him. I don't watch him for months. I just subscribe to him to give him a following.
He's my guy. I like that guy.
Hell yeah.
He's somebody I'm going to reach out to be on the podcast because I love him.
Cheers to the Bourbon Judge, straight up.
There are reviewers I don't like, and those people will not be on the podcast. So I don't have to say names. You're just going to.
I could say a name that I know you don't like, but he's someone whose opinion.
Say it and I'll beep it out.
Whose opinion
I probably won't beep it out.
I sort of take to heart.
Say it.
Fred Minnick.
I don't dislike Fred Minnick.
Really?
No.
I thought I heard. Again, we always drink, so what the fuck do I know?
He said something that pissed me off, but I don't dislike his. I think his opinions are valid.
Right. I saw his review of the Cellar Age.
Okay, so cat's out of the bag. That's the thing that pissed me off. He's like, I get bourbon all the time, and nothing gets me excited. And then today I get that, and it's like,
he's not the guy like you and me and everyone else out there who's going out hunting. He gets it sent to him.
Hey, guy. Relax. I think he actually may have been talking about the Four Roses thing, the 4 Roses on 35th. I think it's actually the video that it was. Where he's like, he goes, I get sent things every day. I'm just like, I drink it all the time. I'm just not excited about it anymore. Well, that makes me want to fucking watch you when you don't even care about it.
Yeah, he gets those reviews where he's really into it, and then others where he's like Eeyore.
What you have to say if you don't care what you have to say, like, just feedback, dude. Like, my opinion shouldn't matter to you. You're doing the goddamn thing. I have your book sitting over there behind my TV that you wrote, and I'm reading it. So obviously I like you to some point, or I would have bought the book. So I don't dislike you, but I think you need to like not say that and just think it.
Yeah.
Because that's a real big turnoff for people who are like scrounging to save up to try this, and like I just think it's disrespectful.
That's just one of those, but
not even disrespectful. Just like tone deaf.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know how hard this shit is to get, dude. Like imagine if you had to go out and find this. Come on.
Yeah, but underrated, the general like Makers and Makers 46, not the cask strengths, I feel don't get as much love as they should.
Makers
maybe because I'm a lover of them.
46 should not get any credit. That bottle's terrible. I tried it at the distillery. It was terrible.
I mean, the 101, yes, amazing. The FAEO one, I crushed. The BEP you have.
They still have FAE 01 and 2 at the whiskey right down the street, and I'm like, it's $8 for a taster.
That 01 is amazing.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go try it this week.
I did try the BRT 02. That was really good, and the BEP that you have was really nice.
I love the BEP.
That was very good. Cellar aged. Hopefully, I'll get to try a sample of it at some point. If not, that's cool.
Spoiler alert: you will.
Makers is definitely a distillery
That'll
that
be a special
has
episode, but
sort of dragged their ass, but they're coming up.
You kind of get to try it. Congratulations!
I can't fucking wait, dude.
Yep.
That's like
I got some coming.
Another underrated one I would have to say is Knob Creek. The standard 9-year and the single barrel.
I would say the Knob Creek 12-year is underrated.
That's one I'd have
People
to
don't
try. You know what? One
you've had it, right?
I had it once a while ago. One that is underrated that you had me try was that Tin Cup 10.
Yes,
that was so good.
10 Cup 10-year, and it is a bourbon. People quit fucking. It is. It says it on the fucking label. Read.
That was from a guy who drinks fucking Old Crow and Evan Williams with Coke. Okay,
yeah, your opinion's valid.
It is. That Tin Cup 10 was amazing.
It's really good.
It tasted, and that was one of those random ones you pulled out the first time. Dude, try this. What is it? Tin Cup 10. All right, it's 10 years. Bam.
Boom. It's fucking solid.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Highly underrated line.
I'm actually doing a video this week. It's going to come out, and it's all the 10-year bourbons I have. I'm blinding all the 10-year bourbons I have.
Blending them?
Blinding them.
Oh, blinding. Okay.
Blinding them to see what is the best of the 10-year.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's...
I've got a few. I've got Russell's Reserve,
Russell's,
Eagle Rare.
10 Cup.
I had 6 of them. 10 Cup, Jack Daniel's 10-year. I had 6 of them. My Four Roses 10-year.
Yeah. Oh, God. That shit is
I'm missing
good.
one. It doesn't matter. You'll see it in the video. I forget which ones it is.
Watch that video. Four Roses. I would probably put money on right now that Four Roses wins.
I bet the Jack 10 wins. I love Jack.
That'd be a tough call, man.
Blind. Like I'm not gonna know which one it is. But Jack to me is a flavor profile that I always like gravitate towards.
It's no different than me with Makers, man. It's that you can grab that bottle off the shelf and you're going to be happy with your purchase because you've maybe been hunting this or that and can't find it. Well, at the end of the day, I'm going to grab this and I'm going to have a good time.
It's a good bottle, man.
Oh, hell yeah. Hurricane Party, Benchmark 125.
Oh, yeah. That was... We were both drinking that on the Hurricane
Oh, you
night.
saw my BSK Hurricane kit, right?
Did I? Did I comment? I
think you did. The BSK Hurricane kit.
Yeah. I did.
Old Crow, Bench 125, and Evan Williams.
I think that's where I started making funny for the Old Crow.
A couple cans of RC, 1 can of Beefaroni.
This guy over here has the audacity to call me a snob when he drinks shit like that.
Hey. Old Crow's actually not bad. It's made by Jim Beam. It's actually
you're not.
If I blinded you, Old Crow and Jim Beam, you'd pick Old Crow.
I would throw them both out and pick anything else off my shelf.
See, that's the thing. I'm the perfect guy to give you the high end stuff to. You're the guy to give the low end stuff to.
That's true because then if it's really actually solid, I'll go like it's actually good.
God damn, that was amazing. That was fucking Old Crow. You fuck.
I would never say that's amazing if you.
You cocksucker.
Come on, cocksucker. Let's drink that Gold Crow. Uncle Joey said drink the Old Crow.
That's great.
Yeah. All right. What's another underrated bottle? Underrated. I'm gonna say, and this is just because I love them so much, but I do think they're underrated because a lot of craft distilleries like Still Austin and Frey Ranch get all this fucking love. Conviction and Southern Grace Distillery do not get enough fucking credit.
I will completely
consistently they put out fucking incredible bourbon
because the stuff you picked from them. What's that? What was it you sent to Cinnabourbon? That was that.
Oh, that's a great example of it. That was my Founder's Reserve pick for the year, 126 proof. He was like, "This is so good."
When you did the reply video to that, I'm sitting there thinking, and I sat there and thought for a minute. I'm like, I do remember trying that.
You think I'm not going to fucking flex on this dude with
that
my fucking barrel pick, son?
Amazing, dude.
Look at those guns that are very impossibly small.
He thinks he has pythons, but he has
said
black
impossibly
racers.
Small. They're tiny. They're gardener snakes, dude.
Dude, that shit was...
Jelly's gardener snakes, brother.
That was good shit.
It's very good.
And that was
what are you going to do when any of my gardener snakes run on you, brother?
He just tried to cut a promo. That was great.
Yeah, that shit's delicious, dude. That Conviction. It's fucking stellar. They should be in the conversation. Like I text with Thomas, one of the owners of Conviction, like regularly, and I'm like, all you got to do is bottle samples and make some cool media kits for that, and send. I gave him a list of people to send it out, and I said, dude, people are gonna eat your shit up because everything they do.
Take a half a gallon and 100 milliliter samples and send it to everybody.
It is a single barrel proof company. They bottle everything at barrel proof. They don't water anything down, and everything's a single barrel except their blends. And when they do blends, it's the most barrels I've ever done. It's been 5 barrels.
That's man, yeah. I mean, Still Austin is good too. The one you had me try was it the standard or the cask?
Yeah, it was the Musician.
The standard
one.
That was pretty good.
Very solid whiskey.
See,
I like Texas bourbon though. A lot of people don't. I like it a lot.
I go to one of the big boxes locally and sort of look around at just their stuff. It's like they've got their, what do they call it? The one that's like Odal.
Oh, the sourced and
certified? The sourced, yes. That's the word I was searching for. The other one does it. Fuck, we called them out. Total Wine.
No,
we called out ABC. We'll call out Total Wine.
Sourced and certified is ABC. Yeah. I think theirs is their private select.
Same thing, either way. But some of those ones,
whatever the fuck it is.
But some of those ones I look at and I'm like, okay, cask strength. And now I noticed at mine, there's just tables with these bottles sitting on them.
No one gives a fuck. Yeah.
And I'm like, no one's around. There's no sample cups. So I'll grab a couple of them and just give them the quick smell. And there's 2 or 3 that I'm like, okay, I might. But $35 for a 5-year, I don't know about that.
It depends.
There's one.
I mean, this is 5-year.
There's one called First Call, which I've been debating.
I have a First Call. That's the one with the horse, right?
Yeah.
I've got the rye here.
Yeah, I've been debating the double oaked and the cask strength.
I got like pressured into buying the rye once.
They always pressure you there, don't they?
Do you have any Buffalo Trace? Anything? No, but here's this bullshit that we have that we paid for.
Oh, I went there the other day, dude. I was pissed, and of course it was truck day, so I'm pulling in. I'm like, "Oh, the truck's there, all right." And
oh boy, there's gonna be Pappy on there.
Oh boy,
oh boy,
yeah, right. And my total, for some reason, doesn't seem to want to stop moving their shit around. It's always moved. Every time I go in there, something's in a different fucking place. And the back wall is all your moonshine and your American whiskey and your ryes.
You're talking about the one in
Altamont,
right?
Yeah.
The back wall where it's like
your
American
rye
whiskey.
and all that. And they have all the U-boats with all the boxes there. And I'm like, I can just barely see out of the corner of my eye the Jack Bonded rye. And I'm thinking, if you could show me a price on that.
You bring that bottle up one more time, I'm going to have to fucking go out there and open the one we don't.
I'm like, and it just soured me because I'm like, you know what? I shouldn't. I understand. It's truck day.
It was on the shelf when I went there. I went the same day you did because their truck day is Friday.
It's truck day. It's
how did I miss you? I was there that day.
I went Thursday.
Oh, okay. Friday morning, all that shit's out.
And I'm like, okay.
I saw the bonded right there.
I didn't get anything there because I was just like, okay, whatever. You know, I've got a benchmark foolproof at home. Could I use another one? Sure. Why not? But I went elsewhere.
I feel you.
I was just pissed. Like, there might be that one little thing. Oh, $25. Okay, let me try that. But all this shit's in the way. I can't get to it. And I get it's your truck day. Who the hell's going into a fucking liquor store at 10 a.m. hunting us?
Yeah, it's us.
You should know better.
They know who you are. Like I've been recognized a few times at my Total Wine, and it's embarrassing. Because I look like shit. I'm in like sweatpants with holes in them,
bum ass clothes, flip flops.
Like,
your hair's all
YouTube
fucked
videos?
up.
And I'm like, no,
that's not me.
I smoked
man.
4 cigars yesterday. No, my voice sounds like
no. That's my twin brother, man. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
All right, I'm gonna give you one last underrated bottle, and I think you're going to disagree with me on the fact that it's underrated, but I stand by it because I always see it on the shelf, so that must mean the average person doesn't know that it exists. Evan Williams Bottled and Bond.
Oh, most underrated bonded whiskey out there.
Without question.
For $20, 100 proof, 4 years.
It used to be $15.
In the right spots, you can still find it cheap.
Woo.
Most underrated bonded whiskey on the shelf.
Now, where do you put Early Times Bottled and Bond? Is that overrated or underrated?
I think that's a little underrated, honestly. At $20 for the liter, highly underrated. That's easily $60 whiskey in that bottle.
Everyone says it's so good, though. So is it underrated?
I think it is still a little underrated.
Because I don't think anyone talks about Rebel 100. I think people go like, yeah, if you got $12, Evan Williams bottle and bond is good. But I think Evan Williams bottle and bond is good if
fucking
you're
amazing.
I mean, it's fucking good bourbon.
If you're looking for an intro into bonded stuff, Evan Williams is where you really want to start.
I don't know if I agree with that. It drinks a little hot for me.
It does drink hot. I will fully admit that. It definitely drinks hot. I would
say, if you're trying to go bonded, Jack Daniel's Bonded Rye.
The new one? Yeah. I mean, if you're into rye, again.
I'm not into rye, and I fucking think it's one of the best bottles of the year.
You see, you brought it up. Now we're going to have to get it in between our intermission here.
I know. All right, we're almost at an hour for this episode.
Oh, shit.
I know, right? These are flying by, brother. We could do this all day.
Shit, I got 2 or 3 more in me. I'm good to go.
I got at least one more if you want to do one more. Let's do it. All right, we're going to end this episode here. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening to the Brad's Bourbon Reviews, the podcast. Thank you for listening. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe. Cheers.